Today we're going to talk about how to use the mode dial on your DSLR like a pro. This is the typical dial you will find on most cameras. It has so many modes. Most people start their journey of photography from the mode auto. Today I'm going to compare the differences among these modes and give you my personal suggestions of what is the best mode for you to use as a photographer. This is the sport mode. In sport mode, the camera assumes that you're taking sports-related pictures, so it will choose a very fast shutter speed for you to freeze your subject. This is the portrait mode. In portrait mode, the camera assumes you're taking a portrait of someone who is probably 10 feet away from you. So with this in mind, it's less likely for the camera to get the picture out of focus. This is the night mode. In night mode, the camera will choose a longer exposure and increase the ISO to compensate the low light conditions. This is the landscape mode. In landscape mode, the camera will set the focal point to infinity so that you can take some breathtaking pictures like the Grand Canyon. This is the macro mode. In macro mode, the camera will set the focal point to a very short distance so that you can take the details of a very tiny object like an insect or a coin. This is the P mode. P stands for programmed auto. It's very similar to the auto mode, but you have more control over your camera. You can control whether to use the flashlight. You can control what ISO you want to use. You can also control the methods of metering. This is the A mode. A stands for Aperture Priority Auto. Comparing with P mode, you have more control of your camera. Except for the ISO, metering, and flashlight, now you can also control the aperture. The aperture actually affects how blurry the background you want your pictures to be. As you can see, as the number of aperture goes up, the background of the picture gets more and more clear. I think some of you probably have seen the episode I made about, illustrating what aperture is. And in that episode, I've told you guys as the number goes up, it means a smaller aperture. So just remember that when the aperture goes smaller, the deeper depth of field you will have. Thus, you will have a clearer background. But like for photographers, most of the time we want a blurry background so that we have all this cinematic feeling, right? So, oh, by the way, the image source, the image credits goes to Nino Batista from F-Stoppers. In S mode, the S stands for Shutter Priority Auto. Comparing with the programmed auto mode, you have more control over your camera because now you can control how fast you want your shutter speed to be. By using different shutter speeds, you can have different visual effects on your pictures. By using a fast shutter speed, you can freeze your moving subject. By using a slow shutter speed, you can make the moving part of your subject become blurry, while the stationary part of your subject still get hold still. By the way, the image credits goes to Todd Vorenkamp from Explora. This is the manual mode. In manual mode, it's like driving a car with a stick. You control everything. I used to have some friends in photography. They they're bragging about themselves. Oh, I'm using the manual mode all the time. But actually, for me, this is not a very recommended option for you guys, because in manual mode sometimes it just takes more time for you to figure out what the best setting it is, to take a perfect picture. And finally, when you figure out what the best setting is, you probably already missed the scene you want to take. For most photographers I know, they choose the A mode because in A mode you can change your aperture, because you need different aperture for different situations. If you're shooting landscape, you need a smaller aperture like f8 or f11. While you're shooting indoor activity, you need a big aperture like f1.4 or f2. However, some people are asking, what if the shutter speed goes too slow and my hand shaking will ruin the picture I'm going to take? So actually, in this situation, you can turn on the ISO auto function. So with this ISO auto function turned on, you can set the minimum shutter speed your camera is going to use. For example, when I'm shooting outside, I normally set the minimum shutter speed to be 30 out of 1 second, while the top ISO to be 3200. So with every picture I take, I'm confident that my hand shaking is not going to ruin the picture. So next time when you're using your DSLR, make sure you use the A mode. To sum it up, I've made a chart comparing the differences of different modes you can choose from your camera. So if you'd like to compare the differences right now, you can pause the video and capture the screen or do whatever you want. And if you feel like my video, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.